Today we want to look at discussing online behavior with your children. Discussing acceptable online behavior with your children. We see teenagers go on the internet and they may not know how to behave correctly on the internet. Every parent wants to teach their children appropriate behavior, appropriate way to do things in the internet. That will be very helpful. So now let's discuss, how do you teach your children appropriate online behavior? What are some points you can discuss with them? What do you need to tell them? Number one, you have to set boundaries. These boundaries include what can be shared on the internet. Let your children know that phone numbers, home address, family achievement is not to be shared on the internet. Going there to brag about one thing or the other is not an acceptable thing. Okay? Talking about the financial strength of your family online is not accepted. So set boundaries on what your children can share. Let them know that there are certain things that cannot be shared in the internet. That will make them to know what they can share as children or as teenagers. Then secondly, teach them respect for others. As you teach them respect for others in the real time or in the real world, they should know that it equally extends online. The way they make comments in other people's posts, what they say, what they comment on, images and emojis they use matters a lot. Let them know that online gossip, chatting and gossiping others online, it's bad. Using sarcastic words for others online is bad. Just like you will not allow them do it in the real time, let them know that it is not accepted even in the internet. Then recognize red flag. Teach them to recognize red flags. There are suspicious individuals that are out there looking for who to devour. They may pose like good individuals, but they are wolves in sheep covering. Help them to identify scammers. Help them to identify suspicious individuals. Help them to identify predators, online predators that want to take advantage of their youthfulness. Teach them to understand that online dating can be very harmful. We'll talk about online dating in other of our episodes. Okay? Then, balance screen time. You should be able to monitor the time your children spend online. Balance it with real life. Let there be outdoor games. Let there be family meeting together. Let there be hobbies they are getting involved in. Let there be things that keep them busy and help them to develop creativity-wise. And then lastly, you live by example. Lead by example. As a parent trying to teach your children how to have a good online presence or online behavior that is acceptable, you do what is acceptable too. Try as much as possible to behave in an acceptable way. That way, they will be able to learn from your example. Remember that children learn from what they see. So please, you should teach them by example. I've mentioned some few things you can discuss with your teenagers because they are the ones that are on their phone. Number one, set boundaries on what they can share. Respect for others online. Oversharing, I've not talked about that. Let them know that oversharing is out of the game. The photos they share, the videos they share, the content they share form their digital blueprint, and it can be harmful in the future. So let them know that they should be careful what they share out there. Okay? So oversharing, and then I talk about recognizing red flags. Teach them how to recognize red flags, and then balance screen time for them, and then you lead by example. Try as much as possible. Use these points to discuss with your teenagers. Remember that communication is the life wire of every good relationship. And when you discuss with your teenagers, I know they are going to do well. I know they are going to do better. I know they are going to understand you better. So please find time for them, sit them down, have an open communication and discussion with them. Teach them about digital blueprint. Teach them online usage and teach them proper online behavior. That will help them. All right. Thank you for listening to us, and thank you for being on this page. I appreciate you and I love you all. Okay, if you're not following us on this page and you think you like what we're doing, please follow us. If you think it's important for you to share this video to other parents, other caregivers, so they can learn and see how they can help their teenagers, please share. Thank you for joining us today. All right, I'll see you in the next.